What's up and welcome to this pre-Merdeka edition of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct once again from Studio V here at the One Utama Shopping Centre in PJ. My name is Nelson. Joining me once again, well, not once again, but once again after a very long while, Mr. Daryl Go.
It's good to be back.
Man.
Very good, very good.
And our fellow colleague, Mr. Richard Lim, who is an avid football enthusiast as well, and a Newcastle supporter.
Oh, you just had to say it there.
Welcome to the show, Richard. Thanks for joining us. I mean, guys, personally, I thought it was a great weekend of football, but I think Daryl will disagree. You know, seeing as his beloved Liverpool surprisingly went down by 3-1 to Aston Villa at Anfield. I mean, Daryl, man, surprisingly or unsurprisingly,
Well,
would you say?
I mean, it's been a big disappointment for all Liverpool fans. I mean, hoping to basically continue from last season. I mean, the finishing form that we had last season. Coming into this right now, 3 games, 3 points only. That basically shows that we're in 10th place. That's basically trouble for Rafa and the entire...
Yeah, I mean, we know Liverpool only lost twice the whole of last season, right? I mean, but they've already lost twice in 3 games now. I mean, surely Rafa needs to do something.
Oh, he started to blame the senior players and all that stuff, and also before that was a lack of funds, and there's many excuses, I mean, going around Liverpool at the moment in time, but we don't know what the real story is. But he needs to buy players. That's the basic, the basic thing about Liverpool.
Right, he's definitely got to reinforce, right? I mean, well, that's Liverpool, you know, but...
As a neutral fan, man, what is he thinking about Liverpool?
Richard, you tend to agree with Daryl?
Well, I have mixed feelings about the whole thing. In my opinion,
you can't have mixed feelings.
I'm sorry, but in my opinion, Liverpool have not addressed Alonso's departure, and there's only one word to sum up their mediocre performance of late: Lucas. I never had faith in that player. I think a lot of Liverpool fans dislike him, and he hasn't really shown over time, even though he has been given numerous opportunities, what he can really do. And I think Benitez's faith in him is misplaced. Look, he's got an own goal, and he tends to disappear in important games. So,
okay, I mean, we'll speak about Liverpool a little later on as well. Got to move on to Arsenal. You know, Richard, what do you think of their performances so far? I mean, we know they easily beat Portsmouth 4-1 at the weekend.
Who's the one that said right off Arsenal at the beginning of the season? No chance at all.
Yeah, so I mean, Richard, you impressed with Arsenal?
Pretty much. I think that they've addressed the departures of Toure and Adebayo. I think Wenger has great faith in his young side. He knew that Eduardo was going to come back, so I believe that was part of the reason why he let Adebayo go so easily. Eduardo has repaid his faith. He likes a bit when it comes to clinical finishing, but I think that is explained by his long absence through injury. But the skills are still there, and when it comes to Toure, well, if Diaby plays like Patrick Vieira defensively, and the young guys pull their weight, then I think all is well for Arsenal.
I mean, Daryl, I mean, what has impressed you most about Arsenal?
I mean, the fact that they've proven the critics wrong, and they've scored 10 goals in 2 games. That's entertainment for you. For Arsenal.
I mean, do you think they can sustain it? I mean, I think that's the
the squad is too thin.
No?
The moment if they stretch it to the Champions, I mean, obviously if they get, Champions League and all that, so that'll be a big issue there.
Yeah, so I hope the lack of sustenance starts this weekend against Man United. There a quick word on Chelsea's 100% start, so far under Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, things are certainly going their way, right?
Well, this little diamond thing I'm talking about right now, this is the buzzword with Chelsea now. Yeah. Chelsea's been associated with the whole thing. And we're looking at, not only Chelsea, Spurs obviously a perfect start to the season, but I got to give credit to Chelsea because, everyone said Dad's Army and all that. Only one major signing, which is not basically a marquee signing itself. Yep. So Chelsea basically just buckling down and just getting the job done. Very professional, very compact. And Ancelotti?
Well,
settling in well?
Definitely settling in well. But I disagree a bit about the diamond thing because diamond formation was always part and parcel of Chelsea's game plan, even under Mourinho. And I think Ancelotti has taken it to
a new level.
A new level. It's a different variant, rather.
So, do you think it's the Ancelotti factor so far? For Chelsea?
Time will tell. It's too early to judge. It's just a few games into the season. Too early to tell.
Okay, we want to speak a bit about Everton as well. I think they've rather failed to surprise us or failed to impress us, so far into the season. Daryl, they've got thrashed by Arsenal 6-1, lost to Burnley as well. Missed the penalty in that game. What do you think on the other side of Merseyside?
Big troubles. Big troubles. Lots of people seem to blame the whole Julian Rascott issue right now. But he's gone already. So Everton basically has less than a week to buy new players. So we'll catch up on that later on.
All right. So I think it is a good thing that Lescott is finally gone. Great stuff, guys. But it's time for our first break here on Football Everyday. But we'll be right back just before you know it. So stay tuned to Football Everyday. Welcome back to Football Everyday here on the second segment of the show. Thanks for joining us. Just before this, we were talking about the weekend's results, and we've taken a look at Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Everton. So it's now time to speak a little about Man United. I mean, Daryl, former Liverpool hero Michael Owen finally scored his first goal for United, in their 5-0 thrashing of Wigan. I mean, were you impressed by United in general, or because they did struggle in the first half, right?
Well, it's a case of two different Uniteds, right? And there'll be lots and lots of talk about which United will perform. Throughout the season. Like the one against Burnley where they were basically blanked out, or the one that the second half against Wigan. It was fantastically displayed by Rooney was fantastic, Nani was brilliant, and of course Owen. So looking at that, is it enough for you as a Man United fan?
I got to agree with you about two Uniteds. If they play like they did in the second half against Wigan, I don't think they're going to have problems. But I think overall they look to be struggling a bit when players like Rooney, especially Rooney, don't perform. I think they lack that bit of inspiration a bit at the moment when people like Rooney, even Berbatov, and your star players, so to speak, because they've hardly ever replaced Ronaldo and Tevez, I think. So I think as a team, they look slightly better, but they struggle in terms of the individual inspiration that's lacking at the moment. Richard, your thoughts on United?
Well, come on, tell them about the midfield, man. You've been unsatisfied with the whole midfield.
Well, United's midfield, to be honest, is inadequate at the moment, in my opinion, because, as you said, they've never really replaced Ronaldo.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo was their spark of inspiration. So without him, where's the impetus going to come from? Where's the inventiveness going to come from? I don't see Michael Carrick stepping up to the plate.
I heard this naughty little rumor that Michael Carrick might be going to Liverpool. I don't think so. Let's just basically pour water on that.
So not true.
Daryl, so does Fergie need to reinforce, in your opinion?
Well, does he even have? He has the money, but is he allowed to spend? That's the big issue right now. I think he's going to go with being Fergie. He's not going to spend. He's not going to pay over the odds for any player. We've got 3-4 more days to the transfer window. He's not going to rush out and get a big signing.
Right. But even if they do, who are they going to get?
All the Real Madrid rejects, I guess. That's about it.
Okay, just to remind you that United will be taking on Arsenal this Saturday, and we'll preview that match a little later on in the show. Right now, let's get into Football Everyday's email of the week. All right. This week, that email comes from Mr. Suran, aka Ryan, who says that it's good that Football Everyday is back on. Thank you very much. He also makes a little fun of Man United's loss to Burnley, but then again,
it's a long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago.
He said that before Liverpool lost to Aston Villa, right? And Mr. Suran is a Liverpool fan just like Daryl, so I'm not sure what he'll be saying now. Main thing Suran says in his email, guys, is that the league will finish in this order, right? Liverpool first, Chelsea second, followed by United, Spurs and Arsenal. Daryl, man. Liverpool first.
One thing I could tell Suran is I'm more worried about Liverpool finishing outside the top 4 this season. That's like a big crisis at the moment.
Serious stuff, man.
Yep. And the best thing about this start of the season is the fact that basically nothing looks predictable at all. We've got Man City sniffing around in there, and obviously Spurs. Look at Spurs' strike force. If they can keep the defense tight, they're looking good for a good season.
Right. Richard, Liverpool themselves have come out and said it. Chelsea themselves have said it as well. Even United. It's going to be probably the closest title challenge of the season. of the year or of the years. You think?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that point of view. But in my opinion, the team to beat is Chelsea, and you got to put United into the equation there. I think they're strong candidates for first and second. These two teams are the teams to beat. Arsenal might struggle to get injuries. Liverpool aren't the same without Alonso. It remains to be seen whether Aquilani can actually fill his boots. But the jury is out because they are actually two different players. Aquilani gets forward a lot more.
Right.
So I think Chelsea and Manchester will do well.
Okay, very quickly, Daryl, you think Man City, Spurs and Aston Villa are going to be up there?
Well, definitely Man City. I think they're looking, they can buy a way to success. And with Mark Hughes, if he keeps it tight, and 1-0 against Wolves was good enough, 3 points is 3 points.
Right.
If he keeps on grinding out results, basically playing fancy football, whatever, 3 points a week, and they're seeing Man City up there.
Do you see Everton coming back into the mix?
Everton, I guess they have to recover really quick and get the players that fit into the whole system that David Moyes plays.
Right.
But I kind of agree with Richard. It's going to be Chelsea to chase this season.
Okay, great stuff, guys. Thanks a lot for the nice email, Suran, and for your efforts. Right, you've picked up a wonderful prize courtesy of Adidas, and we'll be in touch soon with details on that. And if you want to be a winner just like Suran, do write into us at football@thestar.com.my. We'll get right back into the football chat as we've got to take a quick little break again here on Football Everyday, so keep it locked on. you're back with us here on Football Everyday for the third and final segment of today's Pre-Merdeka episode. We were, of course, talking about all the previous weekend's fixtures, but let's start with the upcoming fixtures this weekend. And where else can we start but at Old Trafford, where Man United play host to free-scoring Arsenal? Daryl, what do you think is going to happen in this one, man?
Well, it's going to be one of those games where it's either going to be a 1-1 or a Man United win because of the fact that, Fergie has the handle on Wenger.
Well, I hope so. Richard, you tend to echo Daryl's
No, he doesn't
thoughts on the
agree with me,
game.
man. He's going to go for Arsenal.
Well, the heart says Arsenal, but the brain says MU. Simple fact, Arsenal played fantastic football against Everton, did well against Celtic, but just look at their last win against Portsmouth. Yeah, 4-1. Don't let the scoreline fool you, because when Younes Kabul put one back for Portsmouth, things really looked bad for Arsenal, and the defense was shonky. Utaka could have scored a couple, so did their new striker. He could have notched up a few goals. And Galas was not sent off for that foul, and he scored the third goal, which killed the game.
Right. So on current form then, Richard, you think there's much to separate the two?
No, to be honest, no. But the 12 men will come in handy for Man United, and I believe on the day, MU will rise to the occasion.
Yeah. No. Arsenal...
I hate to say it,
Thanks, no worries, man. Arsenal played their second leg Champions League qualifier against Celtic tomorrow morning. Daryl, so you think this extra match for Arsenal will work in favour of United?
It depends how far Celtic pushes them, but I really think it's just going to be like Wenger's going to go there. Wenger's going to go there and try not to lose this game at all costs.
Right. Score prediction then, Daryl?
I would say a 1-1.
1-1.
1-1 for this one.
Richard?
1-1 as well, I guess.
Oh, come on.
Sit on the fence.
Okay, moving on to Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea welcomed the team of the moment, Burnley, in the early kickoff on Saturday. Daryl, realistically, can Burnley's good run continue at the Bridge? Personally, I don't think so, but
I would give, say Burnley takes them down. Takes Chelsea all the way to 0-0 in the first half. That would basically give Burnley lots of hope going to second. So, but Chelsea just has too many players to unlock that stubborn Burnley defense and the beast that the goalkeeper.
Alright, Richard, can Burnley do anything?
Don't think so. To be honest, their win against MU was just lucky.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So MU could really finish the game off, and don't forget Carrick's missed penalty. Right. Chelsea will prove too strong on the day.
Yeah, so I think Chelsea's going to beat Burnley as well. Okay, very quickly, Spurs against Birmingham at home. Daryl, another Spurs victory for you?
That's definitely Spurs staying on top there. Quite an easy win for them. Yeah.
Okay, then moving on to Goodison Park. Richard, can you see a winner in the game between Everton and Wigan, who we talked about earlier on? Everton,
Well, Wigan was on the receiving end in their last game. Everton, they are shambles really, but Les Scott has gone. Right. So I believe squad morale will increase, and I think Moyes might pick up his first win of the season.
He needs to pick up, man. They're bottom of the table right now.
Definitely.
He definitely does. Okay, nice one, guys. But just before we sign off, here's this week's Football Everyday fun fact. Did you know, guys, that my heroes for this week, Aston Villa, sorry Daryl, are one of only 4 English teams to have won the European Champions Cup. They did so on May 26, 1982 in Rotterdam, beating Bayern Munich 1-0 thanks to Peter With's goal. You were around then, Daryl,
right?
Back
in the day, yes, definitely.
So you're aware, right? Richard?
I think I was just born then.
Well, that about wraps up this week's edition. So, Daryl, Richard, thanks for being here. Pleasure as always.
Pleasure,
hope to see you again soon. Before we sign off, Football Everyday would like to wish everyone out there a very happy Merdeka, a very happy 52nd Merdeka here from us, Football Everyday.
You remembered it.
Just had to count, yeah?
So till we see you next week, it's ciao from us here on Football Everyday.
Okay,
so that was fun.